Newbies, Souless here. I recently climbed the Challenger from 0 OP playing this one comp. As you can see, I have over a 30% win rate, and with this comp in this meta, so it is a very promising comp if you want to queue up and play for first. Because like you know in TFT, when you win, you climb a lot of OP, so it's probably like the fastest comp you want to learn and climb. So let me show you the different variants you can play with this. So early game, you wanna play this board when you have like let's say like a grapes as the opener. Usually don't have a Rengar, but like this can be replaced by any executioner or any street demon. So you have the bruiser pair, the executioner pair, and there's just a street demon trade bot. It can be Echo, it can be whatever. So early game you want to stack the Graves because one, he's an Oxforce and he can farm you gold, and two, Rengar is a melee unit, so he doesn't really do well into like early tanks who, you know, just like keep tanking him and he can't lifesteal because lifesteal is how you sustain early game, right? And if you are hitting tanks, you are doing less damage. Therefore you are healing less. So Graves is a much better choice. If you put Graves in this position, he will usually dash the backline after he killed the front line, and then he start life stealing from the backline. He doesn't usually get stuck like Rengar because there's frontline CC units like Kane, Mordekaiser who can like disable him pretty quick. And even though like Rengar 1 is sometimes cheese you a free round, it doesn't really matter because Grace is way more consistent. Um, but Rengar 2 you can start stacking him. But yeah, so that covers the early game board. Um, so let's go to the mid game board. You usually don't have Urgot, so this can be like another Rengar or like a Jinx, like whatever. This spot is usually free slot. I usually play double Varus, double Rengar, or like a Kane too, to give my board like some tankiness. So what you want to prioritize in the game is having 3 item Rengar by the time you load to stage 4. So after 4-1, you roll down. You want to load up with a BT Titan Hot Rengar, ideally with like minimum double combat augment. So it like this comp really love healing. So never skip any healing augment unless it is like something like Trifecta or what do you call it? House 12. Say this something like that. Oh, House was the healing augment. But yeah, just Trifecta or Rig Shop. That's what I meant. Not House 12. But yeah. So the best item you can build on Varus is Trojan Archangel Guardbreaker. This Varus unit is a very important unit to stack in Rengar comp because let me explain how this works. When Varus ult, the front line basically dies, and he doesn't even though the front line doesn't need to die. It spreads into the back line, and when this Varus ult spreads to the back line, Rengar jumps to the back line. So if you don't stack Varus, Rengar will never jump to the back line. Let's say I stack Vex, right? Vex will just keep ulting the front line, and Rengar will just keep jumping onto the front line because how Rengar works is he targets lowest HP unit within X axis. It increases every time he casts. So if you're stacking Vex, make sure to not spread her out into like the opposite side because what's happened is like Rengar is hitting the middle, and he started jumping to the side, and he get targeted by that backline, right? When you're stacking Vex, I would usually put Vex focus fire the front line that Rengar's attacking, and to make sure like he get to jump like back the backline as soon as possible because I usually don't even stack Vex. It's just like leftover item if you have like a high item games. But yeah, this is why you stack Varus because also this is why you don't build armor shred usually because if you have armor shred early game and mid game, Rengar will always be on the front line. Let's say your Rengar first ult does no damage to the front line, but Varus first ult nukes the back line and put them all at half HP. Rengar's second ult is gonna jump to the back line and he will just keep killing backline. There's like the main difference between a good Rengar player and a bad Rengar player. They don't know how the comp actually works, and this tip will help you a lot in the long run. So yeah, there's your basic board. You cap out on basically this board. Once you get Garen, Viego on 7 before Urgot, you just put whichever one in it. And then Viego, even though he doesn't do anything, he still give you a fun line. This comp lacks fun line, so any additional fun line is good enough for Rengar, like buy time for him, so he doesn't get focused as fast. Garen, what mod you want on Garen is usually strategist. Before you have Viego, you don't have Oxforce. So strategist is pretty good. Um, I usually would set up for strategist, executioner, and I would just hold the executioner mod until I get Viego. There's no reason to executioner Garen unless you have Garen too. So there's that. Once you have executioner Viego too, you want to transfer item to Viego. Let me show you a game I just had. So this game, I gave up my Rengar items and I just put him on Viego instead. And he started like doing 12k damage a fight. You'll get it once you like see a Viego in action with executioner. And yeah, so this is the basic board. There's another variant I want to cover. That is like the Trifecta variant where you get either execution or jinx, or just jinx. Once you get Trifecta, the augment give you your 3 cost health and attack speed. It is very good to stack jinx. She is like your second Varus. Her ult also targets like backline kind of, but like she helps focus firing down like the main tank. The Rengar can attack the backline. Yeah, there's not much to say about this version. It's just that your mid game is gonna be around Jinx. Your late game is gonna be your level 8 is always gonna be H Street Demon, and once you hit H Street Demon, Viego brand, the game should be very easy for you. But yeah, there's also like a trending version that China plays. Even though like this version I don't see that much in my games. I played it once, I think, and I went first. Let me see if I can find it. Let me filter by 7th Street Demon. So this version, what I played, but I felt like I could, improve this version a lot. So I went to the Team Planner and I cooked up this one. So basically, Samira can be replaced with Mundo. Obviously, you're not gonna hit Samira on 8. And there's basically a yellow wayboard with Vex for increased crit chance for Brand with JG. So it's synergized. Same with Jinx and IE, right? And it's also executed for Rengar. And once you're level 9, you can put in a Yumi for Amp and Strategist to buff your Samira at 9. But obviously, let's say you have like a Street Demon's bat, you can just play like Viego with Zyra, right? Ideally, you want to cap out on like 5 cost unit, so you don't want to be stuck on like Yumi. But yeah, that pretty much covers like the entire comp. I mean, there's not much else to say. Yeah, I'll see you guys next video.